Hi everyone and welcome back to this Python tutorial. Already at video number 11, and we have gotten quite far since we started off in the first videos with strings and numbers. And I hope that you feel that you get something back from watching this tutorial. Please do remember to play a bit around with everything we are going through. And there is really only one way to really master a language, and that is repetition, repetition and more repetition. So how do you feel about Python at this stage? Are you feeling that you're getting the hold of it? Is some of the stuff we have gone through still a bit unclear? Please let me know by posting in the comment section down below, and I will, as always, answer you as soon as possible. In this video, we will talk about the while loop in Python 3. As the name kind of gives away, this is also a loop, just like the for loop from the last video. And in some cases you could actually use any one of them, but they do have a few differences. First of all, I will show you how we write the while loop. The keyword is while, and it basically is while something do something. As you can see, this is kind of the same example that we did with the for loops. It basically just means while something is true or while something is happening, we would like to do something. To simplify it a bit, I can use an example from everyday life. So for example here, while it's raining, wear a raincoat. As you can see here, while it is raining, we would like to wear a raincoat. While it's raining is true, we would like to wear a raincoat. But if it stops raining at some point, and luckily it always does, we would like to take off that raincoat and wear something else. So while something is true, while it's still raining, the loop will go on and on and on and on. And when that something is no longer true, and in this example that will be when it stops raining, when the sun comes up, then the loop will stop. And let's do some more coding examples. So we will do this. Count equals to 0, while count is less than 10, we would like to count plus space there, plus equals 1, and print count. So what do you think will happen here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is the output. And that is because while we start off with a count at 0, and while the count is less than 10, the loop will go on and on and on, and we will do count plus 1, and all the way up until the count equals to 10, and then this statement here is not true anymore, because then count is not anymore or any longer smaller than 10. It is 10, and the loop stops. So if we do, for example, this, count equals to 10, while count is less than 10, the loop will go on, but as you can see, process finished straight away. The loop didn't go because count was never smaller than 10. Or if we do this, count equals to 9, which we know is less than 10. We do not add anything to the count. The count will always be less than 10, and we will print the count. So let's see what will happen here. 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. The loop will go on forever. And this is because, of course, count 9 will always be smaller than 10. So the expression here will always be true, and the loop will go on until we physically go in and we terminate. We can of course use while loops on a lot more than just numbers. You can use them on basically everything. And here I will give an example of how you could combine a while loop and the list. For example, we will make my list equals to, let's make a random list here, berries, the integer 1, Canada, and the integer 3. And we can do while my list print mylist.pop. And the lists, when evaluated by Python, are considered to be true if they contain any items and false if they are empty. And you will see here, the loop will pop all the items out of the list and then it will stop, because at some point after berries, the list will be empty and the list will be considered not to be true by Python. It will consider to be false and therefore the loop stops. In the examples I have shown you here, the loop runs until the expression is false, as we can see, as we did with the count with the numbers, and also here the loop goes on, as I said, until the list is empty and thereby defined by Python to be false. There is, however, a couple of ways to prematurely terminate the loop if you kind of get what you want, even though the expression is still true. And in this video, we will focus on the break keyword. And the break keyword is basically the keyword you are going to use now in the beginning of your Python career. So let me show you one example of how to use the break keyword. So basically, one more time, if you met your requirement before the expression is false, the expression while count equals to 10 can still be true, but you want to terminate the loop because you already got what you needed. That's where the break word comes in. So count equals to 0 while count is less than 10. Count plus equal 1 and print count. This is exactly what we did in the example earlier on, but here comes the if statement. If count equal to 5, then we want to break the loop. And as you might have guessed now, count is 0. While count is less than 10, we would like the loop to go on. And we will, for every iteration, we will add the integer 1 to count. So for the first round, the count will be 1. Second round, count will be equal to 2. Third round, count will be equal to 3, and so on. If, however, count will at some point be equal to 5, then we wish to break the loop. And as we already know, count will at some point be equal to 5, and the loop ends at 5. And this is even though the expression is still true. As you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The expression is still true. Count is still smaller than 10, but we use the break keyword when we got what we wanted, and that was if count is equal to 5. And just to show you that, I will remove this, and we will do it one more time just as we did, and now it's back to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I will show you one more example of this, or of using the break keyword, and this I will do with lists just to show you that that's also possible. So we will make two lists. We will make my list. Let's make some groceries, eggs. Let's put those up there. Bread, milk. You can of course choose whatever items you want in the list, but we will go with some groceries here. Juice, paper, being newspaper or toilet paper or whatever you want. Let's see, cola, and let's do some fruits, orange and banana. All nice things, all nice things. And then we will add a new list, and that will be an empty list actually. And then we can start off the while loop, while my list. And as we know, as we discussed earlier on, while my list is considered true as long as it contains any item. So at this stage, my list is true. My list contains a lot of items, as we can see here. New list would be considered false at this moment because it doesn't contain any items. So we will do new list dot append mylist.pop. And as we remember from earlier videos, append means that we will append something to the new list. So new list.append means that we are appending something to the new list. And mylist.pop means that we are popping out or taking away the last item for every iteration from my list. So as you can see here, as you might have guessed, the first round we will pop banana from my list and we will append it to the new list. And we will do this. If milk in new list, then we would like to break the loop. And just to show you how it will end up like, we will do the print statements here. Print new list and print. I will do my list first just because that looks a bit more tidy. Print my list and print new list. Now let's see what's happening when we are running it. As you can see now, we moved the items from one list to another. My list now only contains eggs and bread, while new list contains banana, orange, cola, paper, juice, and milk. And why is that? That is because if milk in new list, then we would like to break the loop. Is milk in new list? It is. It is at the last. It's the last item on the list here, and that's why the loop already stopped. So what would happen if we didn't use the break keyword? Let's just show you that really quick. Then all of the items would be moved over to the new list. So in this example, then my list is empty, while the new list contains banana, orange, cola, paper, juice, milk, bread, and eggs. To go a bit deeper, you can also check out, maybe you can think about how we can use this while loop in the program that we made a few videos ago. We made the supermarket program. And how could you use while loops there, you might ask? Maybe you would like the program to ask continuously about what the user wants to buy. So when the user starts the program will say, hello there, what would you like to buy today? And then you can say, I would like to buy cola. And then the program automatically says back to you, hey there, what would you like to buy? I would like to buy a newspaper as well. And the program says automatically back, hey there, what would you like to buy? And you would like to buy a magazine also. And then the program will say, hey there, what would you like to buy? But you already have the three things you wanted to buy, so you will just type quit, and that will end the loop. And to go a bit deeper into loops, you can also check out the continue and the pause keywords within a loop. But we will take a closer look at that at a later time in a later video. For now, this is basically what you need to know about loops in Python. And if you are feeling curious or just interested in them, interested to learn more, then please check out the documentation at python.org. And this marks the end of yet another video. And as I said, I hope you feel that you are getting a hold of Python. And I hope that you feel that you are getting a hold of the loops in Python. And there is, of course, much more to learn. But as I said, what we have gone through in these videos is basically what you need at this stage in your programming career. Also, as I mentioned a bit earlier, please play a bit around with it. I talked a bit about how you could implement it in the program we made earlier. Go back and try to do that. It will be a much more lively program. I can already now say that we are going in a few videos, we are going back to that program and we will implement a lot more stuff such as for loops and while loops. As always, if you do have any questions about what we have gone through in this video here, or about Python in general, or if it's just something that you want to know a bit more about and I can point you in the right direction, then do not hesitate to leave your questions in the comment section down below. Make my day by giving me a thumbs up, and also do subscribe to my profile for many more interesting videos to come.